Holy fuck. Oh. Let's fix this up. What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Videohomicide here with the A's to your Q's from the shit. That fucking light in there like that. So these are gonna be the answers to the Q&A that I posted a video about it, I think last week sometime, maybe Monday. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the video and read the comments directly from the fucking source, the horse's mouth. It's weird. A Monday night smoke sesh is something very rare, I know. But I was, you know what's fucked up is I was supposed to post this video yesterday, or like make this video yesterday, but my wife is out of town right now, so, and it was Mother's Day, so I went to my mom's, went and saw fucking, Planet of the Apes film with my brother, which was dope. We had ourselves a good time. So it's just me and the boys. Find my way to the studio. Hey, boys, you settle down. That's enough. Ollie, get in here. Come here. Zeke, boys, in here right now. Back over there. Probably wondering who the fuck I'm talking to. I don't blame him. Go to content. You know, one video that I made a while ago that still gets like comments on is the Threads review. That movie Threads. There it is. Okay, so I think we got like 9 comments here, which is good. So there's gonna be 9 people involved, which I'm gonna write down your guys' names right now. And basically what you're playing for is Blood Drunk, which is my latest comic. Filthy Ralph Collected Strips 1 and 2, which are just like 1-page gags. So for instance, this one is all horror films. Like it's sort of a Fangoria ripoff cover. And House of a Thousand Corpses is the first one up. Wasn't the first one I did. The first one I did was the Godzilla one, which is on the cover. But Demon, Psycho. This is a pretty fun one to make. Videodrome and Exorcist. So that gives you an idea of that. So I don't know if I showed off these 2. And then, of course, Filthy Ralph 1 and 2. So not only that, but you're also going to be getting the latest fucking sticker pack, which I loaded up somewhere right here. So I think there's... I'll spoil it, but there's some like old stickers that are like out of print. This one's got a bend in it a bit, but the Aussie sticker, the Rat Fink painting that I did, the acrylic painting. All 4 of the Garbage Pail Kid cards. So Ralph, Rodney, the Purple Demon, and Death. LSD coated rolling paper sticker. And there's a few other that I won't pull out right now. But basically, if you win this, you're one of like 3 people that have the whole set of the Garbage Pail Kid cards. So that's what you're playing for. Pretty radical stuff. All you had to do was ask a question, and ask questions people did. So what I need to do is I need to get together like a piece of paper. What's this? This is from my printer. Okay, this will work perfect. Let's get a pen. Go with the Micron. It's the only thing up here. Micron. No, I don't like that. That number 2 with like the chisel tip. I think that's what that one is. Yeah, that one's trash, man. Trash. Matter of fact, I will use it just to fucking use it up. So, these are the people that are going to be entered into the contest. So the first guy is 808 brand. I'm just going to abbreviate by 808. So you're going to be number 1. Okay. Number 2 is going to be Creek 19. Creek 19. Number 3 is going to be Radio. Active Blob Fuel, that is. 4 is going to be Captain Kronos. Captain Kronos. Number 5 is going to be John, LOL. Oh, number 6 is actually my wife. If Kayla wins, I'll just spin it again, basically, because she just did it because she's fucking my wife. And she loves me. Number 7 is going to be Hippie. Fuck, me and Hippie have been through the ringer with the post recently. Get this, so like to ship from, I'm just going to say Toronto, even though it's 2 hours away, but from Toronto to Buffalo took from April 10th to May 3rd. How fucked is that? Number 8 is going to be Noah, contributor of 187. And then number 9 is going to be Mikey, which is probably I'm going to save that question for last because it technically came last, but also it's the one I'm kind of most excited to dive into. Okay, so the players are 808, Creek 19, Radioactive Blob Fuel, Captain Kronos, John, Kayla, Hippie, Noah, and Mikey. There yous are. No fooling. So, without further ado, we got a comment here. Adapter Rider. How's it going, buddy? It's going good, man. I'm just doing this fucking Q&A. I was going to do this yesterday, like I said, but I got fucking caught up with a bunch of other stuff. So, I actually fired my first guns yesterday. I fired a 12-gauge shotgun and a 22 long rifle. The 12-gauge shotgun, I'm telling you, it felt like, because I knew it was gonna I knew I was gonna feel something. I didn't expect it to be like a fucking Mike Tyson punch to like right there. Oh my god, it was brutal. It was fun, but it's definitely like I said, getting a Muhammad Ali fucking Hippies Collectibles. They lost that package for a while. Yeah, that was bullshit, man. It's crazy because like people from the UK have already gotten theirs, and I shipped theirs on like the fucking, I don't even remember. I don't even know. But let's get to the questions, because that's what the topic of the night is. So 808 Brand says 666. I'd like to enter the giveaway, and I've only read these, but I haven't really prepared anything for them except for that last one, kind of. I'd like to enter the giveaway, please. I'm wondering if you made printing process videos of your comics and zines. Do you use a local printer? And if you use some kind of software to edit or arrange your pages, I'm a few pages away from completing a 48-page black and white comic and trying to figure out the cheapest way to print it. That is a very good question. And here's what I can give you. Here's the advice I can give you. I can make a process video because right now I'm in the midst of making another zine that's probably going to take me at least another couple of weeks to finish. So around that time, expect a more thorough video on that topic. And I'll show you like with the zine I'm going to be making. I'm not going to give any spoilers out or anything like that. No one knows about it except for Kayla. So we'll leave it at that. But the local, I've used local printers before to print stickers and stuff like those Garbage Pail Kid things, like I told you. But before, I never printed the Garbage Pail Kids because that was the last straw with me in that place, because I took a bunch of files there. I used to go in there with a fucking USB stick, say, here you go. I want you to print this, this, and this. And I would stand there for like 5 minutes and I would leave with the stickers, like on the label paper. But then after a while, because Kayla's got business cards through them, and I've printed stickers with them since like 2017. So I've been going them for a while, but now it's like for the last little while, it's like, oh, we'll take the file, but then we got to make a quote and we'll email you about it. And sometimes you're waiting days and it's like, what the fuck? This is pathetic. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. This is the last thing I'm going to print. I'm going to do these Garbage Pail Kids. So after waiting for like 2 weeks, oh, we can't print this. I was like, okay, well, guess what? I'll buy a fucking printer. And fuck supporting local print shops, because if they won't print them, I'll print them myself. Look at that. Uncut sheets of these things. The coolest one, I might frame one of these. Because I just think it's so hilarious. So there's 9 complete sets of the stickers. This is probably it. This is probably going to be it, man. basically, if you buy 187 number, am I missing one here? Yeah, the death one. If you buy 187 number 5 or the complete set of 187, you get a full set. Or I should say, if you buy a full set, you'll get a full set. So, Hippie got a full set, I'm pretty sure. Questions up here. So I will make a printing process. And like I said, I've used local printer, I've used Staples, I've used fucking Buddy's printers, and you know, the best thing, my best piece of advice for you is to buy a fucking LaserJet printer, do it at home, and then you don't have to fuck around if you got to, you know, if the one page is too dark, you know, you got to go back and fucking reprint it and then check it. Like, it's too much bullshit, man. So get a printer, you know, save up and don't fuck around. You know what I mean? Do not fuck around. Get a good quality laser printer, and you know, you're gonna get ink with it, but it's gonna be like those kind of like compressed ink cartridges. They're not full, and the ink is not cheap. But you know what? If you got a passion for this shit, man, it's totally worth it. To be able to print these stickers sitting here while I'm fucking in my underwear is a luxury beyond explanation. Do I use some kind of software to edit and arrange your pages? I do. I use Microsoft Publisher. Okay, it's quite user friendly. I do have Adobe Illustrator, but I use that for like making different types of digital, like when I scan my art, I scan them, put them into Illustrator, and I like cut them out so it's a PNG, like a PNG with no background. So I have thought about using Adobe to create an entire zine before, but I just haven't. But Microsoft Publisher is what I use. So when I make that process video, I'll show that. I think it's like $12 a month, which you know, I use it enough. It's worth it enough. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been using. But like I said, people use Photoshop. There's different like zine and comic and bookmaking apps and shit that you can check out as well. But you know, I like to do it as cheap as possible, and I'm sure that you're also going to be in that way. But if it's a 40-page black and white comic, like if you want to take the local printer route, you might be able to go there and get it perfectly bound, which is going to give you a square bound presentation as opposed to a saddle stitch, which is like the staple down the middle. Perfect bound is basically like, pull out something cool. This right here, how it's a square bound, sort of like the, you know, different giant size, king size X-Men shit, like, or like Marvel books. Dinosaurs for Hire, by the way. But if you want to print that 48-page comic from home, you definitely can. What I would recommend doing is getting a bundle of colored paper, like say like red. I've done it with red before. And printing the cover on the red. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, like if you have like a, you know, like for instance, this has like, I don't know if this is a bleed or not a bleed, but see how there's this white border? Like that's not supposed to be there. You can cut that, or if you print it on a colored paper, it kind of it takes that bullshit away for you, depending on how the cover looks. Like for instance, this Filthy Ralph, which is the one that I showed in the video. This isn't the one you're gonna get personally. This is my greasy green Filthy Ralph. But you know, and I don't know, it feels a little better. But the problem with this paper was it's super thin. It's thinner than the actual printer paper that I used. But really fun shit. You know, you could even do a perfectly bound book from home, but it's not easy, and it's like a lot of work. Wow, man, definitely time to buy a few, even just for home protection. Look up the Mossberg shockwave and make sure it's legal in your state. I actually don't live in a state. I live in Canada, man. I'm up in Canada. I have my license and shit. Guns are not cheap, man. You know what I mean? There's other stuff I want to buy. I haven't opened them yet. Waiting for a new cam for video. Right on, man. So, 808 brand, I hope that you've gotten some sort of satisfaction from that, my answer to your question. And like I said, I'm more than willing to make a processing, because I have 3 drawings right now for this upcoming zine. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be spectacular. So you are entry number, what was it? Entry 1, 808. Okay. Thank you. 666. Next we got Creek 19. What influenced you and helped you to craft your art style for your comics, and what inspires you to make more? What influenced me? Well, definitely I've been making comics since I was a kid. Nothing really crazy. I do have some of the stuff, but it's very like it's very archaic and shit like that. But you know, it was making those that like laid the foundation that like I knew I could make a comic. And then it wasn't until about when I discovered cartoonist kayfabe, where I was like, man, I need to actually make a comic. And that first comic was this one right here, Filthy Ralph #1. So I took like, I'm trying to think of like other shit. Like Captain Underpants was a big one, really influenced by Captain Underpants as a kid, because it was like a comic. It was a book about kids that like to make comics, and it right up my alley. So, but I discovered Robert Crumb at an early age, heavy metal at an early age. I actually kind of talk about a bit of that stuff in I've been interviewed by Jamie Filer, who runs Rob's Video Zine. So there's going to be an interview that he did with me in that next coming up issue, which is like fucking crazy. But I kind of dive into some of my early influences with that. But definitely Robert Crumb was a big one. My dad bought me the Robert Crumb handbook when it first came out. I was pretty young. I think I knew about Crumb, but that was like my first like now I know about the story. I didn't see the Crumb documentary right away. You know what I mean? But I seen Fritz the Cat when I was a kid. I seen heavy metal when I was a kid. So shit like that really influenced me. Of course, The Simpsons. Always like The Simpsons is definitely like when you look at my stuff. Like I think that you can see that I was like even like this TV on the front of Filthy Ralph 1 is sort of Simpsonish. What inspires me to make more? Well, I just think of a sick idea. Sometimes it takes a while, you know. Like I've been working on my comic for Cinema 187 issue 666, and I've got 7 pages laid out, like in very archaic on pieces of paper, like this fucking big, which is not big. But I have that laid out in front of me. I'm not done that story, so I'm working on that. I'm working on this new zine, and I'm working on another Filthy Ralph comic. So there's a lot of shit happening. It's kind of chaotic, but I'll get into like more detail of that like later on, because there's another question, like that last question I think is really can really like mix with this one in a way. But I'm definitely you know, encouraged by my wife. She loves the drawings and stuff. She loves Filthy Ralph. She thinks it's hilarious. Surround yourself around people that love the shit, that love you for loving what you love, basically. You know what I mean? Like I could be sitting in here playing fucking video games or something and like not creating, and then I wouldn't have all these sketchbooks and all these zines and stuff made. It's ridiculous. I pretty much won't ever stop because it's just something that I love, and it's for, other than the materials, it's free, you know, other than the time, I guess. But yeah. Creek 19, thank you for your question. 666. Good luck. Here's Radioactive Blobfuel. He says, it doesn't really seem that long since issue 1 of 187, and I can't speak for you, but I imagine the first Filthy Ralph doesn't seem too long ago to you. When you do look back at those early days, though, what are you most proud of in terms of a specific skill you've improved on when it comes to the many steps of self-publishing your own media? Also, is there anything specific you want to improve on going forward? It's been awesome being a part of 187 and seeing it and your work evolve. Well, I appreciate it, dude. And you've been there from the beginning, so definitely really couldn't have done it without you. You know, you kind of made some of my favorite parts of that were those comics. You know what I'm saying? Boys, come here. What's wrong? I think they might have to go pee. Oh, gotta take a break from it. But some of the stuff that I think, where are you, Zoo? There you are. Some of the stuff I really think I improved on is like the foundation of a page, basically, especially with doing those one-pagers. Get going, Zoo, because you're the one that wants to go. Like when I was doing those one-pagers, there was so many intricate backgrounds, like intricate for like, you know, for what it is. But I really think I improved on that. Definitely when it comes to formatting the comic, when I look at the first Filthy Ralph versus Blood Drunk, or even the first Filthy Ralph versus the second installment of the collected strips, like it's just so much different, man. Even like I was like when I shot the guns off or whatever yesterday, I was talking to the person that I was shooting with, and she's like, I said, like, look at this and now look at this, you know what I mean? Like, look at this one and then look at Blood Drunk. Or maybe it wasn't Blood Drunk, it might have been the collected strips, but either way, it's night and day. But you had to fucking, you know, I had to do all like that stuff. Like the Raise the Dead zines, I think really helped a lot too, because I was trying to like push myself to make random stuff. So, uh, you know, and now there's like 6 Raise the Dead zines, there's 5 Filthy Ralph comics, there's 6, gonna be 6 Cinema 187s. Like it's getting crazy, man. Like I said, I couldn't have done it with the help of a lot of people and the patience and stuff, but you know, it was basically me getting high and just fucking grinding away on the computer, on Instagram, messaging all these fuckers, and just, you know, getting it all together. Just looking for my boys. It's such a nice night out. Let me catch up on these comments. Guns do hold their value though. Some of them are fucking like thousands, man. I'm about to bounce and watch The Wolf of Wall Street though for the first time since it came out. Oh, right on, dude. Did you hear that the legendary Roger Corman died yesterday at 90? I did hear that. Roger Corman, rest in peace. Whenever I think of Roger Corman, I think of like that fucking like the committee, like whatever, like in Godfather 2, because I always like point out like that's Roger Corman. So he did countless films. He did a lot of producing and stuff. I think he did those like there's a movie called Grand Theft Auto with, fuck, I forget his name, the guy from Happy Days, Richie Cunningham. He's a director. Why don't I know his name right now? But anyways, fuck, now I lost my. Oh yeah, okay. So I think Roger Corman directed. It was maybe Eat My Dust in Grand Theft Auto, and he did a bunch of like fucking random horror films and stuff. I think he did what was it called? Little Shop of Horrors. I think he did like so much good stuff. Boys, come on, Zeke. Zeke, come here. Get these boys in the house. Come on, boys. Alright, you guys gotta chill out for a minute, and then we'll get you know what. Probably like, who the fuck is this guy talking to? Don't worry, boys, I'm not gonna scam you. I'm gonna get you something good in a minute. Ay. Okay, so back at it. Getting back to Radio's question here. Is there anything specific you want to improve on going forward? Lettering, definitely lettering. Using zero text that's from the computer, something that I want to do. I like the way that it looks better. You know, like even when I look back on like the first Filthy Ralph where I did computer lettering, I'm like, why did I do that? I have the files and the originals and stuff. I could go back and remake it, but it just doesn't seem right. Maybe if I do like a collected thing, which I do intend on making a collection of all the Filthy Ralph stuff eventually, and I want to call it fucking Filthy. I've talked about that before, but when I look back on the early days, what am I most proud of in terms of specific skill? I think like I said, I think I improved on the line weight. I think I know what I'm doing when I want to draw my characters, like not like something that's like new, or something that's like it already, you know, something that already exists. Like Freddy Krueger, for example. Like I might not be able to draw Freddy Krueger, but I could draw my version of Freddy Krueger in my art style. I think I developed the Filthy Ralph art style is definitely a combination of, like, for me, Crumb, Sheldon, Simpsons, and like Beavis and Butthead. Like just everything that I love growing up is just totally in that stuff, man. It's hard to escape. But like I said, Radio, thanks for being a part of this, man. It's been a blast, man. Like I said, I want to get better at lettering and all that stuff. yeah. I just was going over the question a few more times. I didn't want to miss anything. So I appreciate your question, buddy, and 666, and good luck. I think you got everything, but I mean, hey. Basically, if Kayla wins or Radio wins, I'll spin it again because I know they both already have everything. And Radio, if you're watching this like after the fact or whatever, let me know if you got your package too. Next we've got Captain Kronos 7632. He says, looking back to the beginning of comics, zines, and the underground scene, what would you recommend we check out both artists and writer wise? Okay, so I would definitely recommend in terms of underground comics, anything by Robert Crumb, pretty much. Everything from Snoid Comics to the Fritz the Cat. Like, if you can get like those hardcover from Frantic Graphics, like I got the Fritz the Cat, the Mr. Natural, get those collected editions because they focus on certain stuff. There's the Weirdo one. You know, there's tons of really good Crumb collections. Just the covers, art that he did on fucking like napkins at restaurants, everything, man. There's all kinds of shit. You can't really go wrong with him. Same with Gilbert Sheldon. I love his stuff. The Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers are phenomenal. If you like to get high and you like to read comics, then that is like, because Crumb is really good, but like the Freak Brothers are like dope heads, and like that's what they are. So like if you're a pothead as well, you're in for a good time. This is one I gotta pull up because it's right here. Von Bode, really good underground cartoonist back in the day, heavily inspired graffiti, and you know, his stuff is phenomenal. So like I said, if you can get yourself around, like, especially Fantagraphics, man, they put out like all of the fucking good underground guys and just like really good stuff. It's quite a good label. Think of who else. Greg Irons is phenomenal. One of my favorites of all time is S. Clay Wilson. His stuff is fucking so good. He does the Checkered Demon books. Who else we got? Spain Rodriguez. Dan O'Neill. Like, just look up some of these guys and just, you know, you'll find some crazy stuff. And a lot of those guys are writing their stuff and drawing their stuff. But in terms of, I don't even think I can name any guys that just wrote underground comics or just drew them. I don't know. That's a good fucking question, but trying to think of some. Definitely Greg Irons, like I said. Richard Corbin, any of those early heavy metals. I mean, I've given those later heavy metals a chance sometimes, but they're not for me, man. If you're gonna buy heavy metal, like, unless you're buying it for the cover, then I stick to a certain era, which is like from the beginning all the way to, you know, like the early 80s, and then some of the stuff from like the 90s and stuff, like cover wise and shit. There's a lot of Simon Beasley. There's a lot of really cool stuff. A lot of good interviews and shit like that as well in there. It's not just always comics. He established new horizons. Von Bode was awesome. Cheech Wizard's the fucking man, dude. So yeah, Captain Kronos. I hope that, like, zines, like, I didn't really start buying zines up until like, you know, I was kind of making them. Like, I bought some zines. Like, the first time I heard the word zine was at a comic shop. I just called it like a small little comic. And the chick that was at the cashier, she's like, "Oh, just this," and like I had like my pull list, and she's like, "Oh, that and the zines," and I was like, "Zines? What the fuck is a zine?" And then I went home and Googled zine, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And now here we are. I'm a CEO of a zine fucking manufacturing company. Good water. I got burnt today, man. I can see it. I was wearing shades and a hat, and like, this is all fucking just red. Tommy Guns in the house. What's going on, homie? How the fuck are you doing? Beginning of comics, like, that aren't underground comics, I would definitely recommend Bernie Wrightson, any of his stuff that he did. He did like one called Freak Show, which you can get collected. Might be out of print. I actually got it right here. I believe this is also in color somewhere, but this is the black and white Freak Show by Bernie Wrights and Bruce Jones. They collaborated quite a few times. Anything from eerie, so eerie and creepy and epic. There's a whole fucking slew of like rip-off like horror comics and like magazine sized comics from the 70s, 60s, and 70s stuff. But like a lot of times you'll get fucked over because like the cover's amazing, and then you read the book and like all the art sucks, you know, and it's like fuck. I'm trying to think of some other people. I really liked I got almost a full run of Master of Kung Fu. I forget the name of the artist. One of the main ones, Paul Galassi and Gene Day. I think for some of those guys. Twisted Tales by Bernie. Yes, I got me a copy of that. Oh, another good underground kind of guy is Rick Veitch and Steve Bissett. There's just so many good ones. I don't know what you're doing out there, buddy, because you just went out. So yeah, hopefully that. Let me look at the Frank Miller, obviously. Sin City, big fan. Big fan of Usagi Yojimbo. I'm in the middle of book number 1. What else we got? A lot of my stuff I kind of already mentioned. Johnny Ryan is a recent guy. Jasper Jubenville. Jasper Jubenville is this like Canadian artist. He put out Dynamite Diva. This is like the collected edition of the first like three issues, but this is like a very pulpy character. Like the one of my like this is signed. Like I know that's not like the be all end all, but it's cool because like it's signed to me, and you know, he's in the process right now. Like I pre-ordered the 4th issue, and it comes with a progress zine and shit. So like this is an artist that I've really been keeping my eyes on since I discovered him. I got Milkmaid, I got this, and then issue 4 coming in. There's some other new like up and comers you might want to check out if you like this kind of art style. This is by Nate Garcia. This is also signed Flippy. He just recently put a bunch of his old out of print stuff back in print because he's one of those guys that like he'll go on fucking eBay and like take a screenshot and be like, do not buy these books. Do not buy these books, like overpriced bullshit books, right? Which is admirable of him. I'm trying to keep everything in print that way. Like I don't have to fuck around. People ask me, can I buy that? Yes, you can. Why is it? It's okay. I'm just talking to a phone. Like a fucking lunatic. Oh, yeah. So I thank you, Captain Kronos. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully that came across. Let me think of some other the guys that do Lone Wolf and Cub. I love. Forget their names. Kazu Koiki, and Goseki Kojima. The guy that did Akira, Katsuhiro Otomo. Tim Sale, Jeff Loeb, can't go wrong. Afro Samurai is really good. Fuckator. This is one of those ones that got shown on Kayfabe back in the day, and like it's fucking impossible to find now. But this guy does some really cool stuff. Yeah. I got a bunch of shit to put away. So thank you, Captain Kronos. You are entered. Zeke, it's fine. I don't know what's your problem right now. Oh, I know what his problem is. It's because my wife is in here, and he's probably like, "Where is she?" It's the second night without her, right? So, John, what comics would you recommend to a friend of mine that wants to start getting into it but doesn't know what to read as a beginner? And also, when did you start reading and getting into comics? Well, half of that question I just answered in the last one. So, when did I start getting into comics? When I was a kid. My uncle Mike was my dad had a decent little collection. He had a lot of like just 70s Marvel and a little bit of DC, and he had like the Tick, like like all the like I don't know how many, maybe as many 7 issues, I don't fucking know, but the Tick, they're like 3rd or 4th reprints, really cool stuff. I got those down there. Like I said, my uncle Mike, heavy metal, and you know, here's a stack of these Planet of the Apes meets Dracula books that were from the UK, which were fucking awesome. Just a lot of really cool stuff like that. I was a young kid, man. I don't remember a time without comics in my life. It's okay. Yeah, I really don't. Based like John, to answer your question, like all those books that I just answered in Captain Chronos, all those, dude. But you're entered, John. Thank you for your question. Next is a question from my wife. When is Filthy Ralph gonna have a filthy lady friend? Well, she does in this upcoming comic, which I can give you a little bit of a taste of. This is the 2024 sketchbook, so this has all of the blood drunk pages, the originals. But like, as you can see, there's like a naked ass there. There's a chick. He's got a chick in this one. Kayla actually knows that though, so I think she just was like, didn't know what the fuck to ask. Where can I put this? So yes, I love you, baby, and thank you for your question. Hippie, hey Rick. Okay, what is it that inspired you to start doing your own zine? Well, heavy dosage of Mary Jane, and also cartoonist kayfabe. I owe a lot to those guys because like they really were kind of like, yeah, just make a fucking comic, and I was like, dude, I should just make a comic, and it's fucking been awesome. So kayfabe, inspiration from my wife, just like internal inspiration. Like I just always wanted to make a zine, and then 187 came along because one night we were doing a live show and we were joking about that guy from Dawn of the Dead that gets his blood pressure taken, Pedro. And I was like, we should all draw that fucking guy and I'll make like a print of it. You know what I mean? And then once everyone, like me, Radioactive Blobfield, Trash Dash, my buddy Kyle, we all made a piece. I was like, you know what, this would work better as a zine. So it turned into the first issue of 187. And then that's basically it. It started because Trash Dash made me laugh my ass off one night. This phone's going to die soon. Almost done here. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Hippie, you are entered. Hippie, you got everything too. So Hippie, if you win, I'm gonna send you something. I'm gonna send you something else. It's not gonna be those because you got them all. I don't like unless you win and you want them, then there you fucking go. Noah Petrie, who's a 187 alumni. Any new movies you've seen recently that you liked, or are there upcoming releases you're looking forward to seeing? I usually stick to the classics these days. Zeke, come here. It's okay. He's just wondering what the fuck's going on. Stick to the classics these days, but I'm trying to make an effort to watch more new shit this year, even if it's a letdown. If I end up getting picked, you can roll the dice since I already have a lot of the haul. Appreciate all the vids. 666. Keep the vids coming and vids and zines. Well, I appreciate that, Noah. That's fucking mighty kind of you. And like I said, like hit me up if you want to get down with. Hey, just message me. The next issue, Satanic Core. Deadline is September 1st. So, are there any new movies I've seen recently that I liked? Yeah, that new fucking Planet of the Apes film. I liked that. I wasn't the best thing in the world, but I liked it. There's a new Strangers film coming out that I really want to check out. I can't wait for that. I like those Stranger films. Even that stupid fucking Godzilla King Kong thing, I at least want to see. I joked to my brother yesterday because when we went and saw the film, when we were leaving the theater, there was the King Kong Godzilla one playing. I was like, fuck, let's just hike in there for a minute. I've done that before in the past, and I never got caught for that. I only ever got caught for opening cans of pop in a movie theater, and they're like, fucking they made me and my friend Mike fucking pour pop out before. Bastards, man. I don't know much other stuff that's coming out. The thing I'm excited for that's coming out is Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah. See, I can't, like, I'll start a movie off, like, Tubi or one of those sites, and, like, the first couple minutes, I'm like, okay, no, can't do it. Can't do it. Because, like, I don't know. I stick to the classics myself, too, man, and you can't get disappointed when you watch The Exorcist or fucking, you're not gonna watch Nightmare on Elm Street and then be like, wow, that kind of sucked. You know what I mean? Like, tried and true classics of your childhood, man. They stick to you. But yeah, I appreciate your question, dude. Thank you for and thank you for passing it on. That's really kind of you. Now, this is the question that I thought was the one that really kind of like had me thinking. From Mikey, as a working guy, how do you juggle everything? 666, dude. there's times where I don't draw for a couple weeks. There's times where I don't make videos for a couple weeks or a week or whatever. And, you know, you're just dealing with life, you know, go to work, come home, spend time with the like my wife, my dogs and stuff. And then whatever time is left, even like we'll be out there watching a show and I'll just bring my fucking clipboard out with a piece of paper and draw. That's how I did that Bandit Ralph and that Ralph in like a barrel, or like he's like fucking the garbage can. I just drew those sitting there watching fucking Geordie Shore with the wife, man, and it's a good time. I really, you know, I like to spend time with her and just, you know, we'll smoke a joint, we'll fucking, you know, cuz like it sucks cuz we're on different shifts, you know what I mean? And right now she's up north, so like I won't see her till the weekend, and it's crazy because this is the first time we haven't slept together in since we moved here in December. So it's like fuck, it's strange. But definitely make, if you have a wife, you have a girl or whatever, make like keep them the number one priority. Drawing can wait. You know, you think of something sick, and you're gonna forget. Just draw a quick little fucking sketch of it real fast, and you know, take care of what's important. You know, which is your fucking lady or your guy or whatever the fuck you got. If you got a plank of wood like that kid from Ed and Eddie, you know, um, like I said, number one thing is stay employed and just take your time. Everything doesn't have to happen overnight. You know, it is a juggle sometimes. Like sometimes I come home and I'm like, you know, maybe I'll draw tonight for a bit, and then once I get a joint in me and get a little bit of food in me, like, I don't really feel like it tonight. So a lot of times I'll be at work, and that's when I kind of come up with a lot of these ideas, and I'll just scratch them down as a layout and you know, think about that. Like that's how I did that with this Western comic. I did that with the samurai comic. It's really fun. Like my job, like there's a lot of like, I don't really want to call it downtime, but like it is kind of like downtime. But like you have like time to think, you know. So like I'll go out on a patrol and I'll just like think. I'll be like, okay, how the fuck am I gonna end this comic, you know, or how the fuck am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this drawing? So uh, I would like in the mornings and stuff is when I do like a lot of like the editing, like the non-drawing stuff. So like my wife would eat, like maybe she's getting ready, like the bathroom's right there, so like the door will be open, we're talking and stuff. I'm like editing a fucking zine. So Zeke, you're okay. You're okay. I know you're so dramatic. Um, yeah, it's hard to answer this question because it's like it's a lot. You know, like I said, like you're Zeke. It's okay. Like one thing that like I used to do a lot when I was younger. Like in whenever Modern Warfare 2 was out, that was like when I was at my gaming, like the height of gaming for me, and but it was never an online thing. I never really liked online, and like I was thinking now, like if I wanted a video game now, like I wouldn't be able to because I don't have the fucking time. I can barely watch a movie a night, you know. Like I'd rather watch a show, like a fucking episode of Geordie Shore or Jersey fucking Shore with my wife, just getting fucking high. Twisted Tales. Weed helps for sure. Weed is the fucking the bees and e's. You still live in someone's dream, bro. Well, it's fucking definitely didn't come overnight, I'll tell you that. You know, I was with Kayla for fucking, I was friends with her for 2 years, and then we started dating, and now we're going into our 8th year. We've been married, we got married, like my wife. It's trip, you know what I mean? So like there's that. Like hang out with my wife and stuff, draw a little bit on the couch and stuff. Or then maybe some nights I come home and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking come in here, boom, headphones in or whatever on the TV. And you know, Sundays usually like our days where like we're kind of just like doing whatever. You know, she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing. We eat together and like we'll watch some shows and shit, but or we'll eat edibles and just both sit on the fucking couch and like that's it for the day. But it's crazy, man. It's definitely not like all this stuff. Like I used to, when people would say to me, "Oh, you have so many movies. Like how'd you get all these movies and stuff?" I'm like, it did not come overnight. You know, it did not happen overnight. So got to put the work in and stay committed, you know, stay passionate about your stuff. Like this next zine I'm making, I'm more excited about this than I am about any of the latest zines that I've done. So that'll be the process video that I make, but I won't be making that until I have all the drawings done and to answer, whose question was that? To answer 808 Brand's question. It'll be in the form of that more thoroughly, so stay tuned. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to, like this. We're going to do the draw. Random number generator. Minimum was 1, maximum is 9. Okay, let me get the paper out. So 808 is 1, Creek is 2, 3 is Radio, 4 is Captain Kronos, 5 is John, 6 is Kayla, 7 is Hippie, 8 is Noah, and 9 is Mikey. Let's get to it. Oh, I better prove it. Like this. Minimum. So it's at 3. Okay, so I'm just gonna do 1 to make sure it works. Okay, we're good. Okay, so the winner is 3. That's Radio, for fuck's sakes. Okay, so I'm gonna spin it again because I'll send Radio something different. He'll like it. Because he's got all of them. 2. Creek 19. Creek 19, you have just won Filthy Ralph's, the stickers. So message me on @cinema.187 on Instagram, or that's pretty much the only way you can get a hold of me, I guess. So message me there or message me on Facebook. My name is Ricky Paradis on Facebook. It's a picture of me with my wife. And I'll get your address and all that stuff, get that shipped out to you. So congratulations. Thanks for playing. And it's been a good time. It's been a really good time. But I don't, these boys are getting a little rowdy. So, you know, stick around for more videos coming. I just made a new intro. So the next video you see is going to be a brand new intro. I'm looking forward to that. I'm very inspired right now, so I'll leave it at that. So thanks everyone for participating in the giveaway. There'll be another one soon enough. Hippie, thank you for coming by. Argos, Tommy Gunn, Adaptive Rider. Who else was in here? That was it. So pretty dope, man. I appreciate you guys, and it's been a blast. So I'll see you guys Friday night for a Friday night smoke sesh. Come by for that because that is a guarantee. Gonna be a fucking, we're gonna get fucked up that night, and I might even have this fucking zine ready by then, or at least a lot of, I can probably tease it a little bit. So adios 666 in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Might even record one tonight, who knows, who the fuck knows.